Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see the purpose of drop additional skills timeout in Salesforce routing configuration. The main usage of this drop additional skills timeout is, let's say a chat or a case record is routed and it requires multiple skills. And if the agents with those multiple skills are not available, what we can ask our system, that is Omni-Channel, to do is drop the additional skills at this specific time so that it can look for agents without that particular additional skill which is getting added. So if you are adding 4 to 5 additional skills, it will drop one at a time and then it will wait for agents without that additional skill which got dropped. A best example is, let's say a case record is routed with skill A and skill B required. So now after some seconds, what I can do is, let's say I am setting skill B as additional. So what Omni-Channel will do is, it will drop the skill B and then it will look for agents only with skill A. In this way, what we are trying to achieve is, we cannot make our visitors or the customers to wait for an agent with all the skills to be available. We can engage other agents, though they are not having the um, uh, required skills, they have at least partial skills so that they can assist the customer immediately, and then later we can work with an agent or with the rep who has all the skills, and then he can assist the customer further. But customers will look for answers immediately. So that is the idea behind this drop additional skills timeout. So let's see this with an implementation example. So here I have created a routing configuration with the drop additional skills set to 60. Make sure skill-based routing rules are enabled, else we won't be able to implement this in this implementation example what I am demoing. So here, drop additional skills timeout, I have set it to 60 seconds and I'm using skill-based routing rules. So let's say a record is routed via Omni-Channel and then it requires multiple skills, and if there are some additional skills, it will wait for 60 seconds and then it will drop the skill if the record was not assigned within 60 seconds. If there are agents with additional skills which was configured in the skills based routing rules, then it will assign to that agent. But if there are no agents and if they are at full capacity, then it will drop the additional skill and then it will assign the case to an agent with the required skill, and then it will remove the additional skill which was configured. So this is the routing configuration, and then I have a case queue. Case queue with skill based routing rule is the case queue with skill based routing is the queue name. So I have created a simple queue with the routing configuration. So whenever a case record is routed or the owner is changed to this queue, then it will kick in Omni-Channel via this routing configuration, and based on the routing configuration, it has a drop additional skills timeout as 60 seconds, and then it is using skill-based routing rules. So this is the queue. Routing configuration is also done. So now let's look at the skills-based routing rules. So in the skills-based routing rules, I have two fields, priority and type. Let's look at that. Okay, so first is case type. If the case type is mechanical, I am setting the skill as sales and I am setting this as additional skill. So this is not a mandatory skill, it is an additional skill. Next, for priority, if it is very high, I am setting the skill as service and I am not setting this as additional. So it is a required skill. An agent should have this skill, else they won't be able to assist the case. So I have made this as mandatory by unselecting this additional skill. So for case type mechanical, it is additional. For priority, it is mandatory. So there are two skills assigned. So if a case record is created with the priority as high and the case type as mechanical, what will happen is it will look for an agent with both sales skill and also service skill. After 60 seconds, it will drop the additional skill. So here the additional skill is sales. So after 1 minute, it will drop this additional skill, and then it will look for an agent with service skill. So that is the main purpose of this drop additional skills timeout. So let's see that in action. So currently in the skill backlog, I don't have any records displaying. So I'm going to update this case. Currently it is with an admin user. I'm going to change this to a queue. This is the queue. I'm going to assign this to this queue. So that it will get into the Omni-Channel. So for that, so this is the queue ID and this is the case ID. So let's change the owner ID now. So if you look at the case owner is changed to the queue. Now if you look at the Omni supervisor, if you go to the skills backlog, currently it is waiting for an agent with both sales and service. But remember, the sales is an additional skill. It is not a required skill. So let's wait for 30 more seconds. So after 30 more seconds, the Omni-Channel should drop this sales skill, and then it should look for an agent with only service skill. So 20 more seconds. Yeah, so now it is almost 1 minute. See, the sales skill was dropped, and now Omni-Channel is looking for an agent with just a service skill. So after 1 minute, why it dropped the sales additional skill is, so here sales is additional skill, it is not a required skill, because of the drop additional skills timeout. So because of this drop additional skills timeout, we can drop an additional skill and look for an agent with the right skill. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching.